Hey YouTube, what's up? This is Nate here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the minor features included in Apple's iOS 6. So in my past 5 videos or so, we've been taking a look at the more prominent ones, and most of these features were the ones that Apple demonstrated at their keynote address on Monday. So these minor ones aren't like huge features, but they are just little details that Apple has changed that I thought I would make you guys aware of. So we'll start off with the phone application, and in here you're going to see that Apple has added a new color scheme. So the numbers on the keypad themselves are now black, and then they have a white background to them. In iOS 5 these were all dark blue, and then also with the call button right there is a much lighter green than it used to be. And also up here you're going to see where the carrier is, the time, and the battery percentage. That color has changed to match the color of the application that you have open. And this has been done throughout iOS 6. So if we open up another app such as Calendar, you're going to see that that blue has been added to match the blue of the Calendars app. And this isn't just done in Apple's applications, it's done in apps that you would download from the App Store as well. So if you open up eBay, you'll see that that color does in fact match. Next, we'll go ahead and take a look at the camera. And in the camera, Apple's also added a new color scheme. You're going to see that the controls down here are not, or the control bar down here is now changed to a black color. It was gray in iOS 5. Next, we'll take a look at YouTube. And in YouTube, Apple's added a new look to the way the ratings look. So with the thumbs up or the thumbs down, it's now more of an outline. Beforehand in iOS 5, that thumb was either completely filled in with green or red, so that's a new look. Then we'll take a look at the weather application, and Apple's also added a new look here, and there's also still the ability to take a look at the hour-by-hour forecast. Next then we'll take a look at the clock app, and Apple's added a nice new feature here with the alarms. So if you go to create a new alarm, you'll now have the ability for the sound to be a song from your music playlist. So you can pick any song that you currently have available to play on your iPhone as a song that you can use for your alarm. So that's a nice feature. Next we'll go ahead and take a look at music. And Apple here has added the new color scheme, sort of like what we saw with the iTunes Store, the iBook Store, and the App Store, in which it is now black and white based. And you can see here that you still have the playlist, the artists, the songs, the albums, and the More tabs down at the bottom. And Apple's also added quick access to the iTunes Store in all of these tabs right here. And as far as the music player itself goes, it's received a new look as well. So you've got black controls down here at the bottom and a new volume slider there as well. Next is settings, and this might be kind of hard to tell on camera, but Apple has changed the look of the icon a little bit. It still has those 3 spinning gears on it, but it does have a little bit of a new color and texture to it, so hopefully you guys will be able to recognize that when you get your hands on iOS 6. I'm not sure if it will come across on the camera to you guys though. So if we open it up here, you're going to see that Apple has now added much quicker access to the Bluetooth control. I think in iOS 5 you had to go into General and then into Bluetooth, but now it's more readily available right here underneath the Wi-Fi control. Then we've got brightness and wallpaper. This is new because in iOS 5 the brightness and the wallpaper settings were separated out. Now they have been combined into one section. Privacy is also a new section in settings, and what this does is it requires each individual app to have your permission in order to have access to your location, your contacts, your calendars, your reminders, and your photos. So if we just open up location services, you'll have the ability to turn this feature off completely if you want to, but then each individual app you have the ability to turn off or on. And I think location services was already there in iOS 5, but now Apple's making the same controls available for the contacts and calendars, reminders, and photos. So any apps that want access to those things are going to require your permission, and you'll have complete control over those items. Next, I'll talk to you guys about the iTunes Match service, which I currently have enabled. And what's new in iOS 6 is now if you are a subscriber to iTunes Match, your music is going to be available to download or just stream. So if you don't want your music to take up space on your device, you can just stream it. On iOS 5, what would happen is as soon as you started playing a song from the cloud that you had on iTunes Match, it would begin to download that song. Now that's not the case. It will only download it if you choose to have that song download. So that's a nice addition for iTunes Match. And the last feature that I'm going to talk to you guys about is guided access. Now this was a feature that was talked about at the keynote address on Monday. However, I haven't been able to get it working on any of my devices, so I'm not just sure if that's an issue that I'm experiencing or if Apple hasn't actually enabled the feature in this beta and will do so in future versions. However, I still will describe what the feature does, and basically what it allows you to do is disable certain features in applications that you have open. So this will be great for anyone who has any sort of disability or autism, and you don't want that person to get distracted with whatever application they're using. You can set which features are enabled for them. And also a second feature that's great for other people as well is the ability to lock apps that are open. So this could be great for someone who runs a museum and they're displaying information on an iPad and they don't want anyone to go up and press the home button and take that information off the screen. Or if a teacher is administering tests on an iPad, they don't want the students to be able to leave the test and then go ahead and look up the answers on Safari. So if this feature does work for me in future builds, I'll be sure to demo it for you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like it, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.